And if I had to say where to start, like let's start with the A team. Let's start with the people who want to be on that team that all bring their own skills. You got BA Baracus, and I'm just
Dun, dun,
dating
dun,
myself right now.
dun, 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 dun. In the Scrum Guide, we are told that Scrum teams are to be self-managed. And in a recent video, we talked about a lot of ways that can go wrong. It just can flat out not work. But it begs the question, why do we care? Like, why is self-management one of what I call sort of the big ideas in Scrum? We hear a lot about, this team should be self-managing and what do we need to make that happen? But like, who cares? Why is this an important topic?
Oh man, organizationally, self-management can feel risky, to be clear. But yet, I would like to propose for organizations in management that this could actually help you reduce risk in the long run. And here's a twist. And I haven't really seen a whole lot written on this, but I have some theories around how it can help. Whenever you give somebody the responsibility and accountability to own something, you can tell pretty quickly whether or not it's working or not. And if you give the team self-management responsibilities and they're not able to actually follow through, you get to look with a little bit more of a closer, say, magnifying glass, essentially, and say, what's going on? What's wrong? So it should expose some problems earlier. Individually, within a team environment, I think in a self-managing environment, those that are really pushing towards creative innovation, learning type of mindset, which is what is critical in a innovation type of organization, especially in a complex world, then you're going to see those who are not compatible with that start to fall off to the wayside, or they're going to complain about like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do this, or they don't really fit within the self-management mindset. So I could look at this from is it working when they're self-managing? And if not, let's take a look at the components of the team. And maybe the team then begins to filter out as to what's good to maintain and keep and what isn't just a good fit. Doesn't mean that they're bad players or that they shouldn't be part of your organization or company, but self-managing groups or self-managing teams oftentimes have incompatible individuals, and we never have the courage to actually be able to say, look, is this a good fit for you or not? And if it's not feeling like a hell yes, then let's maybe remove them from that environment or give them an opportunity somewhere else where they can thrive. So I think from an organizational standpoint, that's one way to look at it. That's why it's important.
Okay. It can help create transparency around problems within the team and give us a better opportunity to solve those problems. Is that a
Yeah,
fair
and
summary?
within the team infrastructure, like the people, it can actually help inform who should be and who shouldn't be on the team.
I think that makes sense. All right. Rob, what do you think?
Wow. Well, I mean, you got me thinking like from the management perspective, most companies larger than 10 people have some sort of a manager. And sometimes that manager is involved in hiring and firing and whatnot. I'm not saying what should be, but what often is. So let's say you're that manager and you just bought Scrum in a box and you opened it all up and you're like, oh, this is amazing. There's all these accountabilities and all this transparency you're going to get. And I want some of that. So I pour me a bowl of Scrum flakes and
Scrumios?
Scrummios. And as I'm eating this, I'm thinking about, man, this comes with a lot of problems all the time. People are coming to me with their problems. And I'm like, well, you guys are the Scrum team. You guys are self-managing. You're getting pulled into it. And, you're all of a sudden you bite. Okay, now let me come in and solve that problem for you. Let me come in and solve this problem for you. Next thing you know, you're getting called on the weekends. And is this really the type of life you want, managers? Like you can never take a vacation. So let's take a step back. Let's be the type of manager who sets up the team for success and gets self-management to work so that they solve problems and don't pull you in. So you can take a vacation once in a while. So that team can grow as they learn and solve their own problems. But of course, you have to set them up for success. You gotta, I mean, as Greg was talking about, you gotta hire the right people, make sure the right people are on the team. And if I had to say where to start, like let's start with the A team. Let's start with the people who want to be on that team that all bring their own skills. You got BA Baracus, and I'm just dating myself right now. Uh, Hannibal
Da, da, da,
Smith, not Hannibal
da,
Lecter.
dun, dun,
Uh,
dun.
there you go. So self-managing teams are going to solve problems faster than you as a manager can. They're seeing the work, they're seeing the issues. If they're set up for success, they're going to solve those problems and they're going to let you know on Monday morning how it all went. They're not going to be, waiting for your response and for you to solve all their issues. So Managers, you want self-managing teams so you can take a vacation.
I like that. So self-management helps the team solve its own problems, take some of the onus off of management to solve all the micro problems the team should be doing themselves. I like that too. A major benefit of self-management that I usually talk about is, if we're talking about self-management within the Scrum framework specifically, the whole reason we're using Scrum in the first place is to increase our ability to adapt or respond to change, to be agile, to increase that agility characteristic of our team, of our product development, probably of our whole organization. If we don't have a team that can do what the two of you guys just talked about, like self-identify team problems, people who maybe shouldn't be on the team, or we should be examining that, and solve problems that, that we need to figure out a solution for and overcome them, and instead we're waiting for the managers, that's going to hamper our ability to adapt. It's going to slow us down when there is a problem. We're going to get stuck waiting for the manager to swoop in and fix the interpersonal or organizational problems and say, okay, this person is not a good fit and we're going to remove them, instead of us coming to that conclusion ourselves and perhaps driving that change, or us overcoming some challenge that we have impeding our progress and deciding how to move forward. If we don't have that culture and that ability to self-manage, and again, take a look at our previous video. If you don't understand that doesn't come for free, it requires some things to make self-management work. But if we don't have that ability to self-manage, we're not going to be this nimble, adaptable, agile team that we're trying to be with the Scrum framework. We're going to be a group of people hopefully building some stuff, but every time we get stuck, or every time there's something that's not working right in the team, we got to go run out to a manager, or perhaps several. That's another key piece here, is that a lot of Scrum teams, not everybody reports to the same manager. I've been on Scrum teams where of the 6 people, there were 5 or 6 managers at play. Like, now I have to convene a committee of managers to all hash out the problem. Like, forget it. We're not adapting. We're not moving forward quickly at all. So self-management has a lot of benefits, takes some of the onus off the management people in the management layer. It helps us identify team problems, but ultimately, I think it helps us be more agile and be more adaptable, get value out sooner, and all the great things that the Scrum framework provides.
Hey, I have a question. Do you think self-management requires more planning than managed teams? Maybe another video topic.